Hi guys, welcome to this week's Toast Performance of the Week. Remember, if you like these videos, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell and smash that like button. This week we'll be using the first of our Masters of Malt Whisky Dram Club whiskies as our toast whisky of the week. This week we'll be using the Mackmyra, which is a Swedish single malt whisky. We'll also be toasting to the Dublin GAA team and the Norwich football team. To find out why we're toasting to these teams and a little more about this whisky, stay tuned to after the intro. Hi guys, so before we get into the serious stuff of the sport, let's talk about the fun stuff, the whiskey. So this is the Mackmyra single malt Swedish whisky. This is a new whisky for me, something I haven't tasted or smelt before. According to the tasting notes from Masters of Malt, on the nose it's a rush of cinnamon, before juicy oranges and limes bring sweetness to the table. So let's see if my nose can pick that up. Definitely getting the cinnamon in there. I do get the oranges there in the background. Not quite sure about the lime though. Now for the best bit, what it tastes like. So the tasting notes on this says that it's on the palate more citrus, though this is soon paired with caramel and double cream. Hints of wood smoke start to pick up the pace later on. Let's see if I get that. The wood smoke is definitely in there. The caramel I can get. Not quite sure about the double cream. The finish is meant to be cedar wood with fresh apples. I can see where the cedar wood would come in, but I'm not sure I'm getting the fresh apples. So guys, that was the Mackmyra Moment Maltstorm. If you've tasted this whiskey before and you can think of something different than what I've picked up, then please put it in the comments below, as we love discussing and talking about our thoughts on all things whiskey. Now on to the sport. As you're aware from the intro, there's two teams this week is going to get the performance of the week, that being Norwich City and the second being the Dublin GAA football team. So Norwich City first. Well, I think there hasn't been a better performance in the Premiership this year. Not for how they played, but more for who they beat. Beating Man City 3-2 at the weekend. And this was no fluke either. Although they were at home, they performed very well and they took an early 2-0 lead in the first half, leaving Man City really wondering what they were doing at the back. I know Laporte was a big miss for them, but who knew how big of a miss? Stones and Otamendi, well, they were just like defenders that were ghosts that just weren't there. The Norwich players just seemed to pass through them at will and really performed very, very well. That made Stones and Otamendi look quite foolish. Just before half time, Aguero, he made the score a bit more respectable, taking it back to 2-1. And then in the second half, Norwich kept up that great display and went into a 3-1 lead through that man, that Finnish striker extraordinaire, Pukki, claiming his 6th goal in his 5th game. So he's doing quite well for a championship striker. And then on came the big guns from City. De Bruyne was introduced, Mahrez was introduced, and Jesus was introduced. And they made a difference. They really laid siege to the Norwich goal. But Norwich having that 2-goal lead, they really started to defend deeper and deeper and deeper. And eventually Man City got a breakthrough. They got their 2nd goal, bringing it to 3-2. But Norwich held out firm. Norwich held out tight, and they really were worth their 3 points. So congratulations to Norwich. Toast performance of the week. Next, we talk about the Dublin GAA football team. This really hurts me to say this, that I'm toasting to the Dubs, as they're known in Ireland, as they probably are a team that I like the least. But having said that, you really can't turn your back on what they've done, lifting the drive for 5, lifting their 5th successive concurrent Sam Maguire Cups. And this was after they got a scare last weekend from Kerry, 2 weeks ago from Kerry, who really ran them close. But this time there was no mistake. This time Dublin weren't to be beaten. This time Dublin were always going to win. Kerry, truth be told, left their chance behind them 2 weeks ago, missing a penalty, missing a couple of goals, maybe a couple of good saves and clearances from the Dubs. But this time Dublin had their 2 hands on the cup and they weren't letting go. Nothing really showed this more than this clip of Diarmuid Connolly's pass. It was pinpoint, and when you've got accuracy and determination and will to win like that, then there's really nothing very much that Kerry could do. So yes, congratulations to Dublin, their 5th Sam Maguire Cup in 5 years. So to the Dublin GAA team, toast performance of the week. That's it for this week, guys. Be sure to check in next week to see who we toast our performance to.